It's time for Culpeper Blue Devil basketball. Good evening, everybody. Donnie Johnston along with Gary Deal. Tonight we bring you the James Monroe Yellow Jackets at Culpeper to face the Blue Devils. Gary, you and I go back to a time when if Culpeper played James Monroe, the stands were packed and we expected a raucous game. Tonight, maybe not so much.
Exactly, Donnie. I remember JM and Culpeper playing, and those two big Cunningham boys, they were huge, and like you said, the stands were rocking, and the place was full.
Billy Thornhill, Chip Boots, those guys.
Oh, yeah.
But tonight we've got a different crew on either side. James Monroe comes in with a record of 9 wins and 2 losses. They're a good ball club. We saw them early in the year against Eastern View, and they beat Eastern View. Culpeper, on the other hand, 3 wins and 7 losses. Mr. Jennings is finding out that it's a little tougher to build a program than maybe he thought.
Right. And let's not kid ourselves, Donnie. This game, to me, if JM plays like they did against Eastern View, then I don't think it's going to be a very good game for Culpeper. And that's not taking anything away from Culpeper. It's just they have a young group, and they're learning on the go. And that's what I'm interested in finding out tonight, to see if they've improved some from the last time that we saw them play.
I saw them play since we saw them play, and they have improved. They're a better ball club, and I think they're going to give James Monroe a pretty good battle tonight. The guy we got to watch for James Monroe is a freshman. He's a number 15. His name is Mikhail Miner, and this kid is averaging 25 points a ball game. So he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Culpeper, on the other hand, they're going to be led by J.Q. Williams and Matt Amos. And Amos shooting from the outside may be the deciding factor in this ball game.
Well, and going back to JM, remember when we saw them play Eastern View, Miner and Edwards had their way. Both of them got about 25 points a game, and it's going to be a long night for Culpeper. If they don't play the game and slow down a little bit from what we saw them the first time and not make as many mistakes as they were making early in the season. So I'm hoping they'll come out, play fundamentally sound basketball, work the ball, pass the ball, slow down a little bit, and we see improvement tonight.
Well, we're looking for a good game. The JV's got off to a good start tonight with a 66-40 win over James Monroe. A couple of good kids on that JV team, and things are looking good for next year. So we'll be back with the start of tonight's ball game, Culpeper and James Monroe, in just a moment. You're watching Blue Devil basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. LocalSportsHistory.com wants your 2023 annual nominations for Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, and Hall of Fame. Visit LocalSportsHistory.com to submit your choices. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Searching for a promising career? Trained to be a certified, always in demand machinist at New Pathways Tech, located at the Carver Center on Route 15. Take a new pathway to success at newpathwaystech.com.
The Culpeper Blue Devils hosting the James Monroe Yellow Jackets. Good evening again, Donnie Johnston, Gary Deal. And Gary, big weekend coming up. We may get our first inch of snow in 2 years tomorrow. The Cowboys and the team formerly known as the Washington Redskins play on Sunday. What better way to start it off than Culpeper and James Monroe in basketball, 2 traditional rivals from the old Battlefield District.
I agree, Donnie, and let's not fool ourselves. Tonight's game may be like the Dallas Washington Commander game if Culpeper plays like they did the first time we saw them this year.
Well, let's hope Culpeper comes in and has a great game, and
yes,
we get a good ball game out of this. And let's look for the best in this. But James Monroe coming in 9-2 is going to be tough to handle. Culpeper 3-7, as we mentioned in the open. And it's going to be tough. But, you know, somewhere along the line, you get that one great game of the season. Let's hope for Culpeper this is it. We're just about ready now for our national anthem. Culpeper JM, we're about ready for the starting lineups. Like we said, the kid you want to watch tonight for James Monroe is this minor kid. He is tough. He is a good basketball player, just a freshman. Gary, let's get the starting lineups here.
All right, Donnie, for James Monroe, we have number 2, T. Ford, starting. We have Deshaun Robinson. We have number 3, Michael Edwards. We have number 12, Jeremiah Branson, and number 15, Mikel Minor.
And the Yellow Jackets are coached by Mr. Charles Ellis.
Charles Ellis, the coach of the Yellow Jackets from down in Fredericksburg, of course. And Mr. Jennings, Culpeper Blue Devils being introduced.
Number 1, Jaden Tyler.
We have number 1 tonight, Jaden Tyler, starting.
Number 3,
Matt Amos. That's Nathan Amos's brother. Nathan graduated, and Matt is his brother.
And Nathan is in the house tonight.
Number 5, J.Q. Williams.
Number 22, Jeremiah Jordan.
Number 22, Jeremiah Jordan.
And number 23, Charlie Holland.
And number 23, Charlie Holland. And I will say this, Donnie.
Blue Devils are coached by
Culpeper, when we saw him earlier in the season, they didn't have Matt Amos and another 1 or 2 players. So that may make a difference. And I want to see if the kids are learning from Mister, because I know he's coaching hard, and BJ and the coaches over there. So I'm looking for improvement tonight from when we see them the first game, if they've slowed down, if they're playing with better tempo. And I'm hoping to see some improvement, especially from the younger kids that are playing tonight.
They just watched here. The James Monroe kids were playing with the ball, bouncing it to make sure it's right. They think that Tom Brady may have been in the gym tonight, so we'll make sure it bounces right. All right. Jeremiah Branson jumping for James Monroe, and Matt Amos comes down with a loose ball, and we are underway. Williams running the offense out. Amos takes the 3. Hey, lucky bounce there. That may be a good sign here, Gary.
Yes, that may be a very good sign.
That was a really lucky.
Matt Amos has made a difference already, Donnie.
And there's Minor. No foul call. He went to the floor. James Monroe comes down with the basketball. T. Ford. And a steal by Amos. Matthew takes another 3. Off the mark again. Culpeper comes down with it. Nice move inside, but it won't go.
I'd like to see the kick out there to the 3-point shooter, but That was a decent move.
And we got a foul call on J.Q. Williams. His first of the night, first foul of the evening on either team.
It's like Culpeper is in a 1-2-2 zone.
From the corner, Deshaun Robinson can't get it to go, and Culpeper comes down with a loose basketball. Williams looking for help. Holland in the corner. Working it outside.
Now, I've already seen better fundamental basketball, Donnie. The first 2 possessions passing the ball than I did the first time they played, because they were very not in control the first time they played and very reckless. But I can see that Mr. has got them listening, so they're playing a little bit with a little bit better tempo and working the ball.
And the hardest thing to get 15, 16, 17-year-old kids to do is listen.
Yes.
From the corner, Robinson off the left, block in there. Nice block in there by Jeremiah Jordan. Tyler from the corner, Holland cannot get it to go, and a foul is going to be called. And I think that foul is going to be called on Jordan. That's his first of the night. Second team foul on Culpeper.
Culpeper still in the 1-2-2.
Minor knocked out of bounds, touched last. I think it was touched in there by J.Q. Williams.
I like that zone that Mr. has come out in, because remember last time when we saw J.M. play Eastern View, Minor and Edwards was getting to the rim very easily and getting layups. And I think it looks like they're trying to pack it in here and make them shoot these long shots. And, if they hit, then it's going to be a long night for the Blue Devils. But if they don't hit and you pack it in, then you're going to stay in the game.
Shot up by Michael Edwards. Did not go, but he got fouled. So Edwards will go to the line for James Monroe. Yellow Jackets trail 3-0 on the strength of a Matt Amos three-pointer. First shot up by Edwards is rimmed around and goes out. And let me tell you, Culpeper and Eastern View play on Tuesday night. We have a boy-girl doubleheader. You don't want to miss that, guys. But
and we'll be there, Donnie.
we will. That's what I meant. And that's over at the middle school too. Let remind you of that. Over at Culpeper Middle School, Culpeper is the host team, but they play at the middle school because this gym's just not big enough to handle the crowd. But I saw Eastern View the other night. That is a much better team than we have seen earlier. They got a couple of ball players back from football. That's going to be a tough game.
I look forward to a good game. And Eastern View already had a couple players on that team that knows how to play basketball. So I look for them to keep improving throughout the year.
Deshaun Robinson for JM with the three, and a little backcourt pressure now for JM. And Holland's pass is interrupted and intercepted, and a foul is going to be called on J.Q. Williams. That's going to be his second.
Well, and you're seeing that Culpeper is speeding up a little bit now. When you catch that ball, you got 5 seconds to make a decision on what you want to do with that ball. You don't need to be speeding up. It's all about playing with being in good tempo, playing fluid, and they were doing that the first 2 or 3 possessions. I don't want to see them resort to playing out of control.
Minor turns and fires off the mark, and the rebound comes down Culpeper. Down low, Amos kicks it back out.
Set it up.
Elijah Butler down the lane, lost the handle.
See, that's playing out of control, Donnie, and that's what he's got to learn. That, and he's young. He's got to learn that and learn how to play in control. Pass the ball. It doesn't hurt to pass the ball. Keep your head up and look for the open man. and swing the ball around, take your time, and then continue to run too when the opportunity is there.
J.Q. Williams went to the bench grabbing his back of his leg. I hope he's not having a pulled muscle or cramp or something. But he's got 2 fouls, and that's why he went to the bench. Mikhail Miner splits 2 people, puts it up, and foul on the floor will send Miner to the free throw line.
Well, I'm already seeing better defense from Culpeper than I did at Eastern View when they played James Monroe. Because if you remember, like I was saying earlier, Donnie, Edwards and Miner got to the rim easily, and they were playing good defense right here, playing physical defense, and that's what it's going to take to keep Miner and Edwards away from that basket.
Holland goes out, and Braylon Kendrick comes in for Culpeper. Mikhail Miner at the line for James Monroe. Score tied at 3, and we've played 4 minutes essentially in this first quarter, so it's not a high-scoring ball game by any stretch of the imagination. Miner hits the first of 2. He's a 90% free throw shooter, but he was 50% there, 1 for 2. Butler has it blocked. He took it straight to the basket. JM can't get it to go, but gets the ball back. Deshaun Robinson with a 3, nope. And Amos comes down with a loose ball, but I think he's, well, let's see. I'm not sure what they call there.
I like the way Jeremiah Jordan is hitting the boards. He's got some length with him, and he's playing really well right now for Culpeper. I like to see Butler slow the ball down some. He's out of control. He's a good little player, but he's got to learn to play a little bit more in control and get his teammates involved more.
Eshawn Davis coming into the ball game for James Monroe. Number 24. Little height there. And Butler has it stolen. And JM gets an easy bucket. D. Ford. Butler almost lost it again and travel.
I think Mister needs to take him out and have a little talk with him and let him calm down a little bit. Now that's exactly what he's doing, Don.
Well,
that's exactly what he's doing. See, that's good coaching right there. Well, now he's bringing Jaden Tyler out, but
he took both of them out.
Oh, he took both of them
out.
He
took 2 out.
Yeah. That's a good move. Butler needs to sit over there and watch for a little bit and just slow down a little bit. Great athlete. He just needs to learn those fundamentals of basketball a little bit more.
Ford and Robinson playing catch now. Ford finally puts up a 3. Robinson gets the rebound and has it blocked underneath. Nice block under there by Tariq Smith.
That was a good block. He's got some size with him too, Donnie.
Yes, he does. And let me tell you, Culpeper's got some good kids on that JV team. They have something to look forward to next year. This Carter Evans kid,
he's good.
I was really impressed with him.
I tell you what, Mister might move him up before the year's out.
I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that. He just needs a little more seasoning down there, but he's.
But I'm a fan of it if he works him into the rotation. That's what he needs to do. And I think he's good enough to work into that rotation.
As long as he gets plenty of playing time.
Yeah.
Backcourt pressure. And a traveling violation going to be called there on Jeremiah Jordan. It's when you have the forwards trying to handle the ball. They don't dribble well. They pass. The big guys, their job is to pass. Don't put that ball down on the floor.
Unless you're Durant and you were started out playing, point guard or shooting guard and then grew to be 6'11".
That's true. I don't see a Durant out there, though. In the middle, turnaround jump shot is up, no good. Rebound, scramble for Amos comes down.
I like Amos hitting the boards. That's what you got to do. You got to send everybody to the boards to get that rebound.
Amos looking for help. Long pass down the floor. And shot will not go. Tyreek Smith tried to put it up, and the other end, we got a foul call, or we got a basket, we got a timeout call. Timeout on the floor, and we will pause for 30 seconds.
Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, 825-3530. LocalSportsHistory.com. Learn more at info@localsportshistory.com. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. New Pathways Career and Technical Education, 423-2134.
Well, the James Monroe Yellow Jackets trying to pull away a little bit here, 8-3. Blue Devils with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first period have managed only one field goal, a three-pointer. And JM put pressure on him in the backcourt. Here it comes to Amos, trying to move it now. And they break the half-court mark. Amos wanted to take that.
Too many turnovers right now for Culpeper. They're not anticipating the defense of JM and playing a little out of control.
Whoa, that hurt from even from up here. Amos holding the back of his head. He collided with Eshawn Davis.
Returning for the Blue Devils, number 23, Charlie Holland.
Jordan going out for Culpeper, and Charlie Holland coming back in. Glipp outside running the offense, and a three-pointer way outside, no good. Holland comes down with it. Amos for three. Nope.
Yep. Amos rushed that a little bit.
Minor, JM.
Culpeper's not being patient.
Well, speaking of not being
That's
patient.
not being patient
Minor,
either, Donnie.
I agree with you. Mikhail Minor went on 1-on-4. And now we got a breakaway, and up at the end is Deshaun Robinson. And it's 10-3, JM. Glipp gets it down low. Holland, cross-court pass knocked out of bounds, but it will stay with the Blue Devils.
And the kids have got to understand this. You know, take your time, be patient, swing it around the perimeter and start it up top. You know, instead of, throwing it across the lane where everybody's packed in there. They just got to be a little more patient, learn how to work together a little bit more, and take the time.
Well, you get down 10-3, you can't make it all up in one shot.
No, you can't. You're exactly right.
Cross-court pass almost stolen. Glipp trying to work the ball inside. Coming down on 40 seconds, first period. Glipp up, no. Rebound kicked around. Holland knocked it out of bounds, and it will belong to JM. Checking back in for JM is DeCorey Pettis, number 5. Minor will bring it down, and James Monroe will probably play for the last shot.
Well, we know you don't like that, though, Donnie. We know you don't like stalling that ball and playing for the last shot, and they heard you.
And they may get something out of it yet. And Pettis puts it in for 2. Nice little move along the baseline. 12-3, under 10 seconds. Three-pointer, no good. JM, 5 seconds, and that's it. Buzzer sounds. That's the end of the first period with the score. The James Monroe Yellow Jackets 12 and the Culpeper Blue Devils 3. You're watching Blue Devil basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. LocalSportsHistory.com wants your 2023 annual nominations for Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, and Hall of Fame. Visit LocalSportsHistory.com to submit your choices. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Searching for a promising career? Train to be a certified, always in demand machinist at New Pathways Tech, located at the Carver Center on Route 15. Take a new pathway to success at newpathwaystech.com.
All right, we are set to begin the second period of tonight's ball game. One field goal in that first quarter for the Blue Devils. I don't ever remember a varsity Blue Devil ball game where they only scored 3 points and one field goal in a quarter.
Well, I know it didn't happen in Mister's day, playing with Freddie Shanks and Steve Shanks. Remember how they played, Donnie?
I remember.
Remember how Mister played and how in control he was, and just amazing player. And Freddie and Steve were good supplemental players, and they were really good in their own right.
Shot down the middle is no good. Edwards for James Monroe. Tapped out of bounds by Culpeper, and the Yellow Jackets will have the basketball. Way out front it comes to Mikhail Miner. Ooh, long shot. Even for him, it's out of his range. Three-point shot from the outside for James Monroe. We got it for Culpeper. We got a foul. Foul call at Culpeper. Tariq Smith.
Culpeper in a 3-2 now. Now they're still in the 1-2-2. 1-2-2 zone.
T. Ford running the offense on the outside. Here's Robinson comes out. Miner into corner. Gets by his man along the baseline. Can't get a good one up. JM with a rebound. No. J.Q. Williams playing with 2 fouls. And inside it goes. And Tyreek Smith puts in the second free throw, the second field goal of the night for Culpeper. And we got a whistle.
Well, that was 3 seconds and a travel. So could have called either one there. Did a little bunny hop and didn't pass it or shoot it. So.
And almost a steal there, but a kick by Michael Edwards turns the ball over to the Blue Devils.
The referees are letting them play tonight, though, Donnie. They're not calling a bunch of fouls and slowing the game down, and I like seeing that.
You know, at first I thought these were the same referees that Dallas-Detroit game, but I don't think they are.
Well, we won't go there because I was kidding some of the Dallas fans about reporting in and not reporting in. And, that was a heavy topic there for a couple days.
Oh, that was. If you're in Detroit, you got to think you were robbed. But we will get back to basketball here. Out of bounds, ball is with Culpeper. JM's pressure is really working on Culpeper. Smith over to Amos, who's back into the ball game. Williams underneath to Holland for 2. Nice pass there. Way to work that ball in. And James Monroe will take a timeout here, leading by a score of 12-7. And while we've got timeout, let's talk about some of our sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC systems. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. And you want it comfortable tomorrow with the rain and the snow and the hail and the sleet and the sky falling. Found in Sun Funeral Homes. Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Found in Sons, 825-3530.
Mister's got his team playing good defense and rebounding the basketball well. If he can get them to understand the offensive end of the court, they're going to keep improving as the year goes along, I believe, Donnie.
Monner comes to that nice play by Monner, and he gets it down to Eshawn Davis for 2. Amos had it, lost it, scramble for the ball, and it goes to James Monroe. You know, 14-7, they're only 7 points down there. This is a time when a point in the ball game where they need to hold their own on defense.
And playing more in control. Nathan is a better basketball player than what he just showed there. He tried to dribble through 3 people.
Well,
you have to be more patient and take your time and not be out of control. So I expect more from Nathan than that. I mean from Matt.
I was going to say,
from Matt.
Nathan's sitting in the stands.
Right.
Well, it's 2 shots, and Blue Devils can't make any of them. And James Monroe has an easy basket at the other end as Michael Edwards gets a long pass. And now we have a foul called.
In our day, Donnie, they call it a cherry pick.
That's what they call it. And I have seen Chip Hoots and Billy Thornhill pull that off a dozen times.
When I'm coaching, I have a number. I call the number from the bench. And it works 75% of the time, especially if you got a couple big guys that can throw that overhanded pass the length of the court or 3/4 length of the court.
Williams has his pocket pick.
Out of control again. It's killing Culpeper.
From the corner, Edwards for 3. Nope. And ball touched the line. It's going to belong to James Monroe. 5:03 to go, second period. And if Mr. Spalding was going to write his book on offense and basketball, he would not pick this game. 16-7 is our score. This is a very low-scoring ball game. Neither team has played well. 3-pointer from outside. All I had to do is say that, and Team Ford Cans won. 19-7. Right here. Culpeper needs a basket and a stop, and they didn't get the stop. Well, got lucky on that one. And we got a whistle and a foul.
Mister's got more patience than I got, Donnie. I mean, if I saw a couple of my guys playing out of control like that, I'd have them over there with me talking about it. And I know he talks about it and teaches them in practice. And they have to listen to him because he was the best. He was the best at playing in control.
He was. Amos off the glass, no good. Amos scrambling for the ball. And we got a whistle and a foul. It's going to be called, I believe, on Jeremiah Jordan. And Jordan's second of the night. Oh, Michael Minor. Nice pass underneath and an easy basket there.
See, Michael Minor had his head up that time. He was surveying the whole court. He didn't try to dribble between 2 or 3 people and be out of control. And he found the open man. It was an easy cherry pick layup. That's the way you play the game. You got to keep your head up, take your time, anticipate, and watch the whole floor and know where everybody is on the court.
Butler had an easy basket there. He actually went through a couple of guys who got open and then couldn't get the ball to fall, so he's back on the bench.
But his finish was out of control.
Yep.
And you got to learn how to finish as well and be in control. So it's all about being in control. I know I mentioned that quite a bit tonight, but I want to see the kids be better at that.
Oh, that was a nice pass anticipated there by Culpeper. Tyreek Smith saw that one coming and stepped right into the passing lane and came up with a steal.
Checking in is number 23, Charlie Holland.
21-7, 14-point lead for James Monroe. 3:49 to go in the first half. Not a high-scoring ball game. Amos, and he is hooked and fouled by Minor.
Foul is on number 15, Mikhail Minor.
Tyler throws it in. Holland.
Sit the ball up there and let's run a motion offense and try to hit the open man a little bit here.
Amos.
That's a good shot.
Stops and fires, can't get it to fall.
Cherry pick again.
Nobody is getting back for Culpeper. Easy basket there for Michael Edwards, and we got timeout on the floor. And with timeout, we will pause for 30 seconds.
Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Localsportshistory.com. Learn more at info@localsportshistory.com. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. New Pathways Career and Technical Education, 423-2134.
23-7 our score. James Monroe leading Culpeper, and Gary Deal, Culpeper playing again a little bit out of control here. They spurts where they're playing well, and then spurts where they're just playing playground basketball.
That's it, Donnie. You hit it on the nose. Playground basketball, and they're not. You know, you would think that they would watch games on tape, video, and study how they're playing on the court. And I really encourage them to do that. I don't know if they watch us or whatever, but watch and try to learn how to play in control a little bit more. And
Amos will throw it in for the Blue Devils. 3:21 to go in the first period. And Smith throws it away. James Monroe with the basketball again. Deshaun Robinson in the corner. Nice little teardrop there by Michael Edwards.
Edwards is a good player.
Yes, he is. Amos stops and fires. Amos has not had much luck at all tonight. He has 2 shots. Culpeper can't get. The other end. Edwards short off the front iron. Amos one-on-one. Not a great shot. Tries it again. He is cold as the outside air.
Just rushing it just a little bit, Donnie. He's not focusing on his shot at the release point.
Robinson.
And you got to slow down a little bit on the release point. And he's rushing it some.
Smith can't get the shot off, and he's going to be fouled by T. Ford. And we'll go to the line.
If you're shooting the ball and you got your head down and all of a sudden you're shooting it quick and you don't have your eyes on that basket, that's a detriment to your shot. You gotta watch that basket, focus on it, and have a smooth release on the ball.
Tyreek Smith misses the, he got the first. Oh yeah, favorable roll there.
Checking in Blue Devils, number 24.
I see Mr.'s mom and dad here tonight, Foots and Zerline over there, and look who's sitting in front of them, James Turrell and Jane Turrell. 2 good people. All 4 are very good people, but I noticed that they're sitting right behind the bench. Yep, James retired from VDOT.
Yeah.
With about 45 years.
Yeah, he's been there.
Retired last year, I think.
Amos short. He was flat-footed on that shot. Amos again, no, and a follow-up by Holland will go in off the glass.
James Turrell had about a 42-inch vertical leap. Do you remember that, Donnie?
No, I don't.
And he was a really good running back for Culpeper, too.
I know that. Long three-pointer, no good. Amos comes away with the ball. James Monroe relaxes a little bit on the backcourt pressure with a pretty good lead now, 15 points. Holland double-teamed in the corner. Almost a steal, but Edwards can't quite get control.
Checking in number 15, Mikhail Minor.
1:42 left, first half. Blue Devils and James Monroe, JM leading by 15, 25-10. Low-scoring ball game, and a hand in there by Minor.
See, that's why I think Evans, even young as he is, on the court for JV, I think he would blend in well with Mr. and what Mr. can teach him. Because I think Evans really plays in control, and he's only going to get better. I think that's why he would really do well on this varsity team, because they need someone that knows how to play in control and is a good ball handler and can play the point guard position.
Well, Evans is quick. He's got one of those moves where he can just kind of take off from zero.
Evans, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Carter Evans. I like that kid, but he's got a ways to go. So, oh, nice jump shot there by Minor. Minor has not had an exceptional night tonight. He's only got 3 points, and he's carrying a 25-point average. 111, 27-10, 17-point lead. JM well in control, but they have not been all the way. First quarter was kind of tight, and Culpeper just let them get away here in the second quarter. All right, at the line for the Devils is Jaden Tyler.
And Mister's playing a lot of his team too. He's not sticking with 7 guys. Looks like he's going 8 or 10 deep. And I think he's trying to give them some playing time and see what he's got over the next couple of years.
I was just going to say that he's still trying to figure it out. This is halfway through the season.
Right.
Culpeper is 3-7, and you play 22, 23 ball games. So it seems like it couldn't be because it's only early January, but it's halfway through the season. And T. Ford cans another one.
You got to come out and extend the defense on that. You can't give him that easy little shot.
Smith will go to the line. He's fouled by T. Ford.
See, now Smith got to the basket there pretty good, but he had no idea how he was going to finish that shot. Instead of taking that extra dribble or two and getting in there and going up strong and finishing the shot, he threw something off balance that was a 2% chance of making the shot. And he just needs to learn how to gather himself and go up strong and finish in a fundamental way versus not being in control of his last
In other
move.
words, know when to shoot, when not to shoot.
Yeah, know how to finish at the basket.
In the corner, Minor cannot get that shot to go. Holland looking down in the corner. Smith kicks it out. 3-pointer from way outside is good. Jaden Tyler, his first points of the night. Oh, their second points of the night. He's got 5 now. 20 seconds and counting. I think if you're 30 to 15 at the end of the first half, you can play for the last shot. I don't think it makes much difference here. It's a lot of, I'm not against it, but it's timing. When you do it, when you don't. And if you do it and Deshaun Robinson cans a 3, it's good strategy. 33 to 15 is our score. The Culpeper Blue Devils trailing the James Monroe Yellow Jackets. And we will be back in just a few moments with the second half of tonight's ball game on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. LocalSportsHistory.com wants your 2023 annual nominations for Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, and Hall of Fame. Visit LocalSportsHistory.com to submit your choices. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Searching for a promising career? Trained to be a certified, always in demand machinist at New Pathways Tech. located at the Carver Center on Route 15. Take a new pathway to success at newpathwaystech.com.
We are back, getting ready for the second half of tonight's ball game. James Monroe very much in control of Culpeper's Blue Devils by a score of 33-15. Gary Deal, quickly, before we get started, who scored what?
Well, for JM, Donnie, T. Ford had a good first half. He scored 10 points. And then Michael Edwards had a couple baskets at 6. And Deshaun Robinson had 8. Culpeper had a couple guys that had 4 and 5 points, Jaden Tyler and Charlie Holland. And Culpeper, only had 15 points the first half. So I'm hoping they can get it going here in the second half.
And almost a steal there. Amos, he had that first three-pointer, and I don't think he's done anything else since. Nice move on the other side by Michael Edwards, and it's 35-15. It's a 20-point lead for JM, and a steal. And there goes Edwards again for 2 more. And we got a timeout, as Mister has, in 30 seconds, seen too much from JM and calls a timeout. While we got timeout, we'll remind you of some of our sponsors: Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. LocalSportsHistory.com. Submit your nominations for 2023's Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, and Hall of Fame at LocalSportsHistory.com. And if you're searching for a promising career, train to be a certified, always in demand machinist at New Pathways Tech, located at the Carver Center on Route 15. Take a new pathway to success at newpathwaystech.com. Amos across the timeline, leads it ahead to Holland. Easy bucket off the glass. Nice play that time.
Holland, he's got a little bit of a low post game. He focuses on the finish and hustles down low. I kind of like what I see out of him. Plays in control pretty good.
Jordan Tyler double teamed in midcourt, scramble for the ball and a whistle.
See right there, you got to anticipate that double team, and you got to stop and you got to back the ball out. Mister used to come to a squeak stop. You could hear it all over the gym and then back up, but you got to give yourself some spacing away from that double team and then pass that ball and score off of it.
And there goes Minor. He gets the roll. Well, another thing, too, is if against the press, if you could pass the ball instead of dribbling it like that. Well, that didn't work. He got him down there, but he couldn't get the shot to go. And there goes Deshaun Robinson. Loose ball finally comes down to Jeremiah Jordan. Holland, baseline. Tyreek Smith had the shot, but
see Tyreek again. He didn't take his time to finish that shot. He just threw up an unbalanced shot, and that's what happens. So he'll learn, though. He's young. He'll learn.
Eshawn Davis was in his face, too. That was three-pointer by Michael Minor. Loose ball. Amos, off-balance shot, went in. 42-19, our score. Minor, it's a little double team there. Nice pass by Minor, gets it down to the low post to Eshawn Davis for 2.
That was a pretty impressive crossover between the leg dribble there, Donnie, and Minor.
It was.
That was quick. I have to agree. Say that was really quick.
And foul is going to be called on Tyler, as JM had an easy breakaway there, and all Tyler could do was try to foul him to stop for the basket. So Michael Edwards will go to the line. We remind you again, too, Tuesday night at the middle school, Culpeper Middle School. Culpeper and Eastern View, girls and boys. They played the JV games last night. But that ought to be a good doubleheader over there, especially the girls' game. That ought to be a real competitive game.
Can Amaya Robinson go for 53 again, Donnie? That's the question. I watched some of those highlights. I think it was on social media, and she was launching them from everywhere on the court. So she had a good night that night.
Sometimes you do. Edwards gets the second shot, and James Monroe gets a steal. T. Ford for three, no. Rebound. Comes down to Culpeper. There goes Butler. Dumps it off, and foul is called on JM. Edwards can't believe he's fouled. He's giving it the old smile. What did I do? Waylon Kendrick at the line for the Blue Devils. Got it. Nice roll there. Kendrick's second shot coming. 45 to 20, 25-point lead for JM. Can't get that one to roll. Ford. Edwards turns and fires. Off balance. Ooh, nice move there by J.Q. Williams. And he'll get the free throw. Try to complete a three-point play. Think back at some of those old JM players, Hoagie Garnett. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was a little bit more before my time, Hoagie Garnett. But I've heard a lot about him. A lot of my older friends talk about him. You know, older, I say 3 or 4 years older because, you know, I didn't start going and watching basketball until I was 15, 14, 13, somewhere around in there. So
nice shot.
That was more during your time, Donnie.
First time I saw Hoagie, Culpeper had a track meet at Culpeper, and James Monroe was up there, and he came up and was playing out on his outdoor courts over there in front of Pete Davies' house. And I looked at him and man, of course I saw Chip Boots play out there one day too. I went straight to John Avery and I said, "You got a ball player coming." Well, it does not get any better here for Culpeper, 49 to 23.
We spent a lot of time on those courts out there at across from Davies' house, Donnie, when they transitioned them to tennis.
Yes, we did.
Every day we were out there. I played on the basketball courts too before they transitioned them into tennis. So.
And there goes Butler, and Butler is fouled. Couldn't get the shot. A lot of kids in that neighborhood. That was some good times back then. Butler will go to the line for Culpeper to shoot two.
Well, you don't see that anymore, though, Donnie. Kids playing outdoors every day, and that's what it takes to improve. And you don't see that commitment from most of them. There's some that still get out and want to improve.
Or adults. You drive down a suburban neighborhood in the summertime at 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes you don't see a single person outside.
I completely agree. I don't see it. And
whereas I don't go in until it gets dark.
I lobbied for the fiberglass backboards in Yalmeta Park and out across from Floyd T. Benz. And I feel like they're being wasted a lot of times now because we don't see many kids out there playing or adults. So
there goes Butler, no pass. And at the other end, Edwards. Nobody for Culpeper is getting back on defense. They are just cherry picking all night long.
See, I think, my philosophy is I think some of the kids sometimes, not all of them, because a lot of them work hard at the game and take it seriously, but I think sometimes they watch it on TV, the NBA, and then they play the video games, and it looks easy. You can maneuver yourself between 3 or 4 people. If you watch the NBA, it looks like they can do that pretty easily, but That's years and years and years of developing skill in order to do that at different tempos. And the kids think they can just go out and just do it. And from watching the video games and watching the NBA, and you can't. You got to get to that point.
J.Q. Williams misses the free throw, try to complete the three-point play. Another thing you do not see are basketball hoops on the garage.
No.
Shooting out there in the driveway. There was a time when every kid in the county could hit a 15-foot shot because that's what you got on the driveway, basketball court.
Right.
Minor. No. Whoa, way up there was Edwards to get that, but he couldn't control it.
And also, Donnie, you watch the NBA now, and during the regular season, they're going to get out of your way. They're not going to take the physical beating. They're saving themselves for the playoffs. And most of the teams don't play physical defense. They'll let you go right on by to the basket. It's up and down, and it's all offense. But when the clutch time of the playoffs start, that's when the physicality begins and the whole game changes.
Well, that's almost the same thing in any sport. I mean, they don't, in baseball, the pitching comes to the forefront during the playoffs, and football, it all changes. All right, let's see what we got here. We got a foul, and I think it's going to be called on Minor. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 53-25 is our score. And for Culpeper going to the line will be Tyreek Smith.
But college basketball, there's physicality and fundamental play in every game. They're trying to win.
Well,
every game is totally different than the NBA during the regular season.
In college, it's a show off for the NBA.
Right.
That's the NBA JVs or the minor leagues of the NBA. All right, well, let me ask you one other question while we watch Smith put the second one in. What did you think of Florida State, all those players opting out of the Orange Bowl?
Yeah, that compensation for college players may ruin the game for college.
That stunk.
Yeah,
There's no other way. There's no other way. I mean, you got a college that gives those kids 4 years of education, sometimes 5, and they won't even show up for a bowl game.
That's the agents in the background, Donnie.
It's the money.
It's the money, and I'm not sure it's going to be good for college sports.
And it goes the other way. And I'm not sure what they call there. 56-27 is our score. It is a lopsided game. James Monroe in control. Minor. And he has the ball knocked out of bounds by Smith. Smith has not played a bad ball game tonight.
He's just like many of the other players on the Culpeper team. He's just out of control a lot on the offensive end. He plays good defense, and he rebounds well. I just like to see him get in control on the offensive end.
Minor comes down with that nice little underhand shot, and he has a talk with the official. I don't know whether he said something or what, but the official went over and gave him a pat. Basket will count, and Mikhail Minor will get a bonus shot here with 2:05 to go, third period. .31-point lead for James Monroe. And Minor missed that. And JM gets it back, and Minor gets 2 out of it. 60-27. Still backcourt pressure. And here comes Butler with an easy shot. He had an open lane that time. Cross court, Minor. Down the lane is tripped. And Minor goes down, and a foul is going to be called. Let's see who's going to be called on. I think the officials were kind of holding their own there to make sure there weren't going to be any words exchanged, because that was pretty rough tumble there.
Checking in, number 34, Thomas Zoller.
Yeah, Misters, I think he's taking Tyreek out, let him calm down a little bit. He's got a lot of intensity going right now, and I like that. You just got to make it for good use.
Amos comes down with that rebound. Williams banks it off the glass too hard. Minor the other way. Got it somehow. He had a bad angle, and somehow he made it.
Yeah, but he floated in the air. He took his time, and he concentrated on the finish. That's the difference. He was on balance.
Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
Yep, he was on balance. He was on balance there, too. I mean, that's the difference in a skilled basketball player and somebody learning the game.
Basketball number 1,
Jaden Tyler with 2, 64-31. How many does Minor have now?
I got him for 16, Donnie.
I think
they got him for 18 up there.
18 points. Like I said, he's carrying a 25-point average, and he, pretty much held in check in the first half. He has gone wild here in the third quarter.
Yeah, him and Edwards, and same way when they were playing Eastern View. And T. Ford has played. He's had a good game tonight, too.
JM has a good ball club.
They do have a good ball club.
Very good ball club. Well coached. Charlie Ellis over there.
Yes.
That's 19 for Minor. Josiah Adams coming to the ball game now for Culpeper. And going out is J.Q. Williams. And we got a timeout call. Timeout on the floor. We will pause for 30 seconds.
Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, 825-3530. LocalSportsHistory.com. Learn more at info@localsportshistory.com. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. New Pathways Career and Technical Education, 423-2134.
65-31 our score. JM leading Culpeper, and we have 42 seconds left in the third period. Mikhail Minor for JM at the line and scores his 20th point of the night. He's carrying a 25-point average, as we said.
He's going to get it. He's going to get his average.
If he gets to keep playing. Because they may pull starters out here in a minute. Three-pointer from way outside is no good.
See how he's got his head up there, Donnie? Not a great pass, but that's what Culpeper, a lot of the Culpeper players don't do. They don't keep their head up. They don't survey the court. They have their head down, and they're trying to dribble through 3 or 4 people. And and I'm no misters. I know he's trying to pound it in their heads not to do that, but they got to look at film and tape and understand that's what they're doing.
Edwards, first shot is off the front iron. Edwards having a good night. He's got 14 and now 15. JM starting to, Charlie Ellis put in some of his subs now, so I don't know that Minor will stay in too much longer. He leads the field, both teams with 20 points. Still backcourt pressure. Butler gets it over to Amos. In the corner, three-pointer off the glass, no good. Thomas Zoller on that shot, and the other way, an easy 2 for James Monroe. Nobody is getting back.
And we'll continue this discussion when we come back.
All right, that's the end of the third quarter. James Monroe leading Culpeper by a score of 69-31, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. LocalSportsHistory.com wants your 2023 annual nominations for Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, and Hall of Fame. Visit LocalSportsHistory.com to submit your choices. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Searching for a promising career? Train to be a certified, always in demand machinist at New Pathways Tech, located at the Carver Center on Route 15. Take a new pathway to success at newpathwaystech.com.
It's been a game of disparities. Culpeper only got 3 points the entire first quarter. James Monroe scored 36 through the third quarter as we begin playing the fourth. Butler for 3. Couldn't get the roll.
And you know, Donnie, we were talking about Minor before the break. And if I'm the coach for JM, I'm going to the scorers table and asking how many points, or look at the board and see how many points Minor's got. And if I know he's averaging 25, which is good, I'm going to keep him in the game till he gets his 25 or 28 to make sure his average stays up there in order to go to the next level. For the scouts.
I'm going to let the subs play.
Nope, I want him to get his 25, and then I'm going to take him out and let the sub play.
69-33, Amos. Can't get that one to go. Almost a steal by Butler. He goes into the cheerleaders. From the corner, Minor thought he had it. Didn't follow his shot.
And that's what the coach is doing. He's keeping him in there.
Oh, man.
He's keeping Minor in the game because he wants him to get to his average, you know, for the next level. That 25-point average is important.
And going up for the shot is Butler, and he is fouled and will go to the line for Culpeper. But then if you do it that way, Gary, you're starting to play for the individual and not as a team.
Well, I kind of disagree because there's only a few that are capable of playing at the next level. And if you got somebody like him that has that ability, then you got to also look out for the best interests of the player as well.
But you may need one of those bench players to have some experience before the end of the season in a crucial game. So you need to get them in there and get some.
There's two ways to look at it, but
yeah.
A couple minutes here and there I don't think is going to make or break a player.
Jump shot, fade away, no good. Rebound comes down, and James Monroe loses the ball, and Amos comes up. Gets it over to Butler. Driving, no. And the follow is good. Jeremiah Jordan put it in.
I'd be playing Jeremiah Jordan all the time because I think he's got some potential to be pretty good and can improve quickly.
In the corner, Minor kicks it out. Robinson, no, Minor. Long three-pointer from outside, no good. JM just having their way on the boards. And there's an easy one for Minor. That's 22. That's what we call a garbage shot.
Yes.
Garbage basket.
He's going to get to that average, Donnie, one way or the other.
Butler takes it down, can't get it. Butler's had a couple of easy shots tonight. He's missed down low. Amos for two. 71-39. 4:44 to go. Robinson stops and fires. No good.
I like the way Jeremiah Jordan plays defense. And if he put on a little weight and grows a little bit more, I think he's going to be a decent player.
Amos puts it in. That's 12 tonight for Matt. Coming down on the halfway mark in the fourth period. T. Ford backs it out.
See, JM can play fast or they can play slow like they're doing.
They're a good ball club.
Yeah, they got good players that know how to play the game.
Ford, no good, and a foul is called.
And I'm like you said, Donnie, I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm hoping they play Eastern View again, but they probably only play once a year. Am I right or wrong?
No, I think they play back and forth. I think they play Eastern View a second time.
Okay.
And I saw Eastern View the other night. Eastern View is a vastly improved team over the first couple of times we've seen them. I mean, they've still got a ways to go to be, competitive past the district level. But they're a better ball club, and they're going to give Culpeper. These two teams are going to have a tough battle on Tuesday night.
Well, they already had Amari Robinson and Jace Clancy, who are two good players. And like you said, there was a couple football players that came back that improved their roster. I'm sure they're going to be much improved.
Will Butler, he had a couple of slams the other night. I went to see him against King George, and they took King George pretty easily. So they're not a bad ball club.
Were you ever able to slam it, Donnie?
If you give me a big enough step ladder. Ain't no way to work. And I know that you couldn't get up there.
I could get over the rim, but I couldn't. I could dunk a volleyball.
Well, you got too much to take up there, deal.
But that's about it. But you played a mean third base, though.
Well, baseball was my game. First shot is up and good by T. Ford, 73-42. 31-point lead for JM and a 32-point lead. That game Tuesday night, that girls and boys. The girls game starts, I think, at 5 or 5:30, so you want to get out to that. It's going to be a good girls game.
And we're going to be there, Donnie.
We will be there.
And you and John, we will be there. And that's alone enough reason to watch the telecast.
I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole deal. Oh.
It's going to be a fun night. It really is.
And they've turned the clock. They're not stopping the clock here, which I don't like. And they had the ability to do that in the Eastern View King George game the other night. And both coaches said, no, we don't want to do it. And I was happy to see that. Let some of those JV or those bench players get a shot. And a steal.
A little sloppy, a little more sloppy now, Donnie. It's going to be a little more sloppy.
Well, you got a lot of subs in
yes,
there
you
now.
do.
I mean, you don't have the quality of player that you had.
We got some young players in there just learning the game.
And here comes Minor back. But he better hurry up because the clock is still running. It doesn't stop on timeouts.
He don't quite have his average yet. He's 1 or 2 points below.
Well, if he get a three-pointer, he can have it. And he's trying right there, did he? Yeah. 25-point. He had his average. And actually, he got fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line, and he could improve upon his average. Mikhail Minor. They list this guy as a freshman. I swear he doesn't look like a freshman.
Minor is a freshman?
They got him listed as that.
Oh, my gosh. He's going to be a good one if he's a freshman.
I think that's wrong. And two-pointer there for Culpeper by Jeremiah Johnson. You think his mama watched Western movies?
Oh, that was a good movie. That was Robert Redford, wasn't it?
Robert Redford. 25 seconds and counting, and mercifully this one will be over.
He's been practicing that crossover between the legs, that's for sure.
Oh, he almost held that ball too long there and got called. Is he going to take the last shot? No, he will not. Last shot for Culpeper. And it counts for two. Jaden Tyler puts it in. Final score 78-46. James Monroe wins. We will be back with our post-game show in just a moment. Final score once again, James Monroe 78, Culpeper 46.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. LocalSportsHistory.com wants your 2023 annual nominations for Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, and Hall of Fame. Visit LocalSportsHistory.com to submit your choices. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. Searching for a promising career? Train to be a certified, always in demand machinist at New Pathways Tech, located at the Carver Center on Route 15. Take a new pathway to success at newpathwaystech.com.
78-46, our final score. James Monroe hands it to Culpeper pretty easily tonight. 36-point third quarter, just absolutely did the Blue Devils in. James, first quarter, Culpeper hung in there a little bit, but and that's kind of the way it is with good teams. Good teams let you play with them for a while and then separate. So James Monroe goes to 10-2. Culpeper goes to 3-8.
Well, it just took a little bit of time for Minor and Edwards to get going in the game, and we were expecting that. We thought that after watching James Monroe play Eastern View a month or so ago, and how they kind of easily handled Eastern View at the time, and how Minor and Edwards played then, we kind of figured it was going to be, a pretty widespread range score-wise tonight, because Culpeper's young. And, they've got a lot of kids that are learning how to play the game, and they're playing a little bit out of control at times. And they're still learning and being coached, and we hope that, they can improve as the year goes along.
All right, who scored what?
All right, so it was the Edwards and Minor show. Minor had 26. Edwards had 15 for JM. And then Matt Amos had 12 for Culpeper, and Jalen Tyler had 9.
All right, a couple of questions before we go off the air. First of all, we will remind you that Tuesday night we will be, if you are not there, you can watch us on Channel 21, the Culpeper Eastern View game at the Culpeper Middle School, because they need more room for the anticipated crowd. the girls' game and the boys' game. Girls started, I think, 5:30, and the boys' game will follow 20 minutes later. So that ought to be a good one. If you can't make it there, we will be telecasting it, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Now,
you got to tune in, folks. You got to tune in.
Before we go off the air, how much snow are we going to get?
2 inches.
2 inches?
Yes.
Okay.
You want to bet? I know you like to bet.
No. Before we go off the air, how bad is Washington going to beat Dallas?
I think Dallas is going to go all out. They need this game in order to get home field advantage until the championship game. So I think that they're going to go all out. It's going to be 35-10, Dallas.
You heard it from the man who thinks he knows. All right. Enjoyed seeing you tonight here, and great ball game if you're James Monroe. But, that's the way it's going to be this year. We got two teams that are kind of rebuilding, so you're going to have to kind of get used to that. But next year, it's going to get even better.
Tuesday night, Donnie, Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, and until then, this is Donnie Johnston along with Gary Deal, bidding you a very pleasant good evening and reminding you the JVs for Culpeper 166-40, but the varsity falls to James Monroe by a score of 78-46. And you've been watching Blue Devil basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.